Hello everyone, I hope you are doing very well and everything is going as planned. So, in our lesson today, we are going to continue practicing the checkpoint papers. So, let's start with the second paper and the text B. So, here is the text B. So, as I told you before, what's the first thing we should do? The first thing is you should read the paragraph, understand it, then read the question, and after that go back again, like read the question again, understand the question, then go back to the paragraph in order to find the answers. Okay everyone, so here in text B we are gonna talk about, according to the title, hiking in the polar regions, Antarctica. So let's read. Imagine standing high up on a slope overlooking an ice-filled bay. Kayaks glide across it. The wind gently kisses the surface of the water, and you smile as you realize that Antarctica is everything you imagine it would be. Nothing prepares you for the heart-stopping beauty of Antarctica, the sight and the sound of the amazing penguin colonies, ice fields, ice cliffs, and deep blue icebergs that dove everything around, seabirds soaring and swooping, huge, fabulous whales, and colossal elephant sea sails. Sunset and sunrise separated by crimson streaked skies. It really is an ice paradise. Who can do it? Anyone can take part in our hiking program. The longer hikes last from 2 to 3 hours, but there are shorter walks up to a number of few points or along the beach. What is provided? Also, we only organize our hikes in safe areas. Conditions can change quickly, which may result in delays. Our guides, therefore, always carry safety equipment. We also have trekking poles for your use and snow shoes to help improve your grip on the slippery surface and deep snow. What do you need to bring? Hiking boots are required for some of the routes offered. In addition, it is good to have a small backpack in order to carry some extra supplies as well as an extra layer of clothing. So here we are seeing like meaning of some words, like for example the word kayak, which means a type of small boat. Also, I prepared for you guys some like words that you may not know from this paragraph. Let's see. So this is what we call the icebergs, okay? It's like a mountain from ice. The next one is ice cliff. You remember the ice cliff? The next one is the elephant seals. The next one is crimson streaked skies. Also, we have here a different type of the crimson streaked skies. So if you look at the picture right now here, we have this type. Do you see this color? This is what we call the crimson streaked skies. So like it comes in different areas, like in specific environments. So in order to see it, let's see the next one. This one has a different like color. Let's see the next one. So this is what we call hiking, okay? It's like walking on the snow using some equipment in order to see like or discover the environment there. And this what we call trekking poles. So these are the words that you may don't know. So I will advise you like to go back again, look at the words, read the paragraph again alone, and then continue the video in order to see the questions. So let's go to the next page. So in this page we have here the questions. Do you see here, this is the title. Here the title of the question is preferred for the paragraph. Do you see here text B, and here also we have text B. So what the first thing we do is like read the question, understand the question, then search for the answer in the paragraph. So let's start with this question. Look at this sentence. Imagine standing high up on a slope overlooking on an ice-filled bay. What this one means? The question here is, what effect is the writer trying to have on the reader? So what's the purpose from this sentence? What does the writer want from this sentence, and how it's going to be effect on the reader? The purpose of that sentence. Could you guess? Read the sentence again, try to read it in the paragraph here, and discover or like guess for which reason. I told you before for which reason we use this sentence. Guess the meaning of that sentence in order to know the purpose of it. Let's see the answers. So here we have like the first answer is the writer wants the reader to imagine what it would be like if they were there. So do you see here he started, the first word is imagine. So he is like inviting the reader to like discover the Antarctica through his words. He described the whole area. He described the animals. He described the view. So he he is like telling him how does it look like. You can also write a different answer. Let's see the different answer. So the different answer here is the writer wants the reader to feel as if they are there in the Antarctica. So in general, both answers are the same. They are inviting or like telling the reader what's going on in the Antarctica. They are like describing the Antarctica or like attract the reader in order to visit the Antarctica. The first one, when he did like he was like talking about the place there and the animals, he was describing for him in order like to attract him and to go there. The second one is like the reader, the writer wants the reader to feel as if they are there, so they could like go again and and feel the experiment again of living that adventure again. So these are the answers. You are allowed only to choose one. Don't choose both answers because it's gonna be a mistake. Do you see here? Here is up. It's just only one. So you have only to write one answer. Let's go to this question. Look at this sentence. It really is an ice paradise. So this sentence, if you look at it, what do you guess? Is there any meaning? Well, we are not gonna know the answer until we read the whole question. So don't forget to read the whole question. What they need here is give two ways the writer has emphasized the information in the sentence. So in this sentence, the writer he used like only two ways in order to emphasize the information. Okay, which information? That the Antarctica is like ice paradise. So do you remember here the figurative language? The writer here used the figurative language because I told you before, figurative language, one of its uses is like to emphasize. So what type of the figurative language we could see here? Do you see this one? Okay. So look, he used he used the exclamation mark in order to emphasize, because we know that exclamation mark emphasizes the sentence. also he used the metaphor. Here when he is saying like the Antarctica is like a paradise. He like is like comparing, okay? So he used the metaphor and he used also the exclamation mark. These are the exclamation mark. Look here and here. We have two exclamation mark. So also you could say, if you want, he used also the word really. So the word really also we use it in order like to emphasize he is a really great player. So we are like saying he is a very good player. So we are emphasizing that he is like amazing by using the word really. So you are allowed here only to write two answers. So you have only to choose these two, or you can delete one of these two and write this one. Don't write more than the answer that they are asking for, because they're going to consider it as a mistake. So let's go to the next question. So let's continue with this question. Give an example of each of the following from the text B. They want the first one is the alliteration, the second one the personification. So do you remember the alliteration and the personification? We took them in the figurative language, lesson. So in this text you have to read it again, okay, and search for like alliteration and also personification. If you remember, alliteration is like repeating the same letter in different words in order to make a rhythm, and the personification, it's giving like human abilities to non-human. For example, the tree, if you can remember it. So let's see the answer for the alliteration. So the answer is alliteration is seabirds soaring and swooping, or slippery surfaces. So you only have to choose only one, okay? Don't choose both of them, this one or this one, because here we should answer two questions. This is the first one and this is the second one. So for each one we are allowed only to answer one time, okay? So you have to choose. So if you find many, it's okay. Choose one, write it in your like answer paper, and then go to the next question. Don't keep writing. So right now we are going to search for personification. So where is the personification? If you read this paragraph, where is the personification in these two? Remember, it's like giving quality of the humans for non-humans. So search for it. Did you find it? Here or here? Let's go and see the answer. So the answer here, the wind gently kisses. So the wind is a non-human, okay, and only human can kiss. So the wind gently kisses is the personification. I hope you find it very easy. Let's go to the next question. If you didn't know the answer of this one, please go back to your like figurative language lesson and read it again in order to know the answer. Name two things the company supplies to make walking easier. So here we are going to talk about supplies, yeah? So we go, in order like not to read the whole paragraph again, we are talking about something that the company is going like to provide or like to give, okay? Name two things the company supplies to make walking easier. So the company will give us from the word supplies. So here we'll read the title, okay? So do you see here we are talking about supplies, the title, because you know the title or subheading is like explaining the paragraph. Do you see here supplies? No, here what is provided. So here we are like talking about things that the company will provide. So in order to know the answer, we are just gonna have to read this paragraph. So read it wisely, okay? Understand it, then try to answer the question. Let's answer the question right now. So we are going to talk about two things in order to make the walking easier. So our purpose is to make the walking easier. So what are these two things? Let's see. So the first one is tricking balls. You remember the sticks that I let you saw it in the picture? The second one is the snowshoes. So the snowshoes is something you wear in your leg, okay, in your foot, and you walk with it. With this question, give a reason from text B to explain why it is a good idea to take along the following items when hiking. The items are extra clothing, extra supplies. So these we are here talking about items. So we remember that the company is gonna provide us with some items. So in order to know the answer, we search for that paragraph. Where is that paragraph? Here. Look at the subheading. What do you need to bring? So here we are gonna bring items. So you're gonna read this paragraph in order to find the answer. After finishing this paragraph, you will never find the answer, because here they only talked about the equipment they're gonna take, but they didn't say why. So in order to know the answer, we go to the paragraph before it. It's not wrong, okay? So the first decision is to finding it, but we didn't find. So what should we do? We should go back to the paragraph before it and read it, because we may find the answer. If we didn't find the answer in this paragraph, we go to the paragraph before, okay? But first we choose the paragraph that we may find the answer in it. So in this paragraph here, we're gonna read this paragraph, and you're gonna find they are talking about here. Also, we only organize our hikes in safe areas. So conditions can change quickly, which may result in delays. So here they are talking about condition, and when we are talking about condition, we're gonna talk about temperature, for example. So bringing extra clothes, it's gonna be good idea, because if the temperature went low, so wearing extra clothes, it's gonna warm you up. So let's continue. The other paragraph they are saying, because which may result in delays. So they may stay outside for extra days, and if you don't have extra food, that's mean you're gonna suffer from hunger. So it's a good idea to bring extra food. So why do we bring extra clothing? Because of the temperature. Why do we bring extra supplies? Because they got delayed. So let's see the answers. So as you see, the answers for the first one, extra clothing, is because the weather might change quickly. The answer for the second one, extra supplies, the expedition might be delayed unexpectedly, caused by an emergency. We don't know for which reason, but it's an emergency, so having extra supplies would be a good idea. So let's right now go to the next page. So in this page here, we are gonna talk about, in text B, has 5 paragraphs. So do you remember the paragraph that there was in the text? We have 5. So the main purpose of the first one and the second paragraph is to persuade the reader to go to Antarctica. What is the main purpose of the third and fourth and the fifth paragraphs? So the first one and the second one is to persuade the reader to go to Antarctica. What's the purpose of this paragraph? What do you think? What do you remember? The question is, what is the main purpose of the third and the fourth and fifth paragraph? Let's see the answer. To give information about the hiking trip. So the purpose, when they told you about you should bring extra clothing or extra equipment, is because they told us they're gonna use it for if they got an emergency, if they got delayed. So they give you an information. When they told you about the equipment, also they got told you an information. So the last three paragraph is just about information. The first two is about like let you imagine the way there. Let's see the next question. Explain why the writer has chosen to use questions for subheading in this text. So you remember what I told you here is to give information. So we use question also like if I want to know some information. For example, here I'm going like go to trip, so I have like lots of questions to ask. So for which reason we use these are mostly these questions or like this way in order like to write like the paragraph is just to give like more answers. So we use these are the most commonly asked questions. So these questions are most like people usually ask these questions if they want to know some information. So the company choose to put these questions to not like let people ask about these questions. So if you read the paragraph, you're gonna immediately know that you're gonna find the answers for your question without asking the company. So that's the purpose of choosing like the question way. So these in order like to give you the answers. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and you find it very easy. And as you know, if you have any question, you can write in the comments, and don't forget to push the link or like to check the description of the video to find the Checkpoint Papers link to download it and the quiz. Don't forget to do the quiz. The quiz is so important, guys, so don't forget to do it, and see you soon. Bye bye.